Good afternoon, everybody. We're only 7 minutes late, but we have a lot of great things to show you today. I've been I've been gone for a few days, and some of my favorite fabrics came in while I was gone, and they're so pretty. I couldn't wait to see them. And so also we have Michelle loved them, and she sews, and she made a kit that's so adorable, and we'll have her show that in a little bit. So anyway, there's a lot of cool things to show. We've got new colorways of this beautiful um, fabric from Spain that we had it in white and blue, and the blue completely sold out. So now we have white, blue, and pink. And we have a fabric called from Japan. It's called triacetate, and it's just so dreamy. And so I did a little research on that. So I have some interesting little things about triacetate. We want to talk about how to turn a pattern into a tiered dress pattern, and Michelle made us some samples of drawing samples, and it's just amazing how the difference in the skirt transforms the whole garment. So
Say hello to Catherine. She's our first one. Good
Oh.
morning from Oregon.
Hey.
Good morning for her.
All right. Good morning from Oregon. All right. Yeah. In fact, we had somebody stop by yesterday from Oregon. We're in South Carolina. And we asked her how is it that she happened to be in South Carolina. And she's here because we have something really big called the Peach Jam. And it happens in North Augusta, South Carolina. And it's huge for basketball players that are going somewhere with basketball. And they have it every year, and they have coaches from all over the country, from colleges. And she said she thought maybe there were two. The lady came with her son. Her son is 7 feet tall, and he is a junior in high school. And don't you know he's being recruited? So Oregon, that's really fresh on my mind. It's like that's a long ways from us, but we're happy to have you.
We got Denmark, Bermuda.
Whoa.
Catherine said that your email walkthrough on the tiers was very well written.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks. Did you like my scribbling? You know, it's like I just scribble it all out. But, well, thanks. Well, we went with part of our family to St. Simon's Island last week, and that's in Georgia. That's right south of Savannah. And it was beautiful. It was our first time there, and we go to Edisto Island, which is a very quiet, undeveloped island. And we at the last minute we tried to get a place. You can't get any place at the last minute, but so we didn't go there this time. But it was still a blessing because it was a beautiful spot, and we loved it. And so part of our family could go for that week, and then part of our family can go for a few days this week. So we're going to be heading back there for a few days, and hopefully we all overlap on Saturday and Sunday, and we'll get a family picture maybe. So it was different from every other year where I've been killing myself to make all the girls a dress, and we didn't make that happen this year. But anyway, let me show you, since we talked about the tiers, I'm going to show you that first, because this dress right here, this dress I made for Ella, and she came today, and then she deserted me right before Gab and Gush. She was going to wear it and try it on and show you how it looked. But this is a pattern that started as
Red Bear said hooty hoo from Oak Island.
Oh, hey, good. Well, at least you're with us. Now you got to talk to me so I don't feel all alone, right? So this is a McCall's pattern, and the number is 7948, McCall's pattern. And I showed this before because I cut out 4 dress tops, and I did this for my granddaughter Ella. And this is the last one that I haven't done anything with. And so this one is a really pretty, I'll go to the overhead and just show you this pretty design. I think it's like a Italian, like Verona. And you can see The design is beautiful. So I call this the tulip fabric. And I went to her house with the top for this dress and then the tulip fabric, and asked her how she wanted it made. And so she said with this one she wanted it to be maxi and she wanted it tiers. So I made the tiers, and that's why I thought, you know what, I'm gonna write that up. And how do you make turn a pattern into tiers? This pattern actually has tiers, but I didn't use that. I changed everything. I just used the bodice as a start, and then made a muslin, and then made my own pattern for it to fit Ella. And so anyway, when I brought this back, I thought, well, I'll finish this one first. I brought this one back. I realized that the little teardrops in here are really an ivory color. And so I'll show you on the overhead. I had this lace, and really legally I should call it an embroidery and not a lace. But it's an ivory color, and it's so beautiful. And I'll hold it up here. And I thought, I need to put this somewhere on that dress. And so when I first laid it out, I thought, well, I could go here at this first seam, and I could angle it up toward the bodice. But if I put a row right there, it's pretty, but I really didn't want to draw attention to this area. I wanted it to be a longer look, and then I also could have gathered that under the bodice with the first tier. And I thought, well, I think I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that as a.
Well, we got a question.
Yep.
Catherine says, when you attach the bodice to the skirt, do you keep the lining separate and sew it after to conceal the bodice skirt seam?
She's asking, do I keep the lining separate when I attach the skirt to the bodice? I would do that if I was sewing it for somebody other than my family. For my family, and they don't care, I sewed it together, and then I serged the seam. I'll show you. I didn't do it separately. I serged it all together because my daughter-in-law doesn't care, and my granddaughter doesn't care, and nobody is really, except whoever happens to be watching this. Nobody's gonna see it. But the one thing I realized when I took this top over to try on Ella, I'll show you on this. Everything fits her really well, except that in the back, I realized that it's too loose in the back. So what I did with this one is I actually added back darts to bring it in. And so I did the back darts right through the lining and I'll show you. I could have even, I'm going to go to the overhead, but I could have even done the back darts a little bit deeper. See, I went right through the lining and the outer fabric, and I put a back dart on like halfway between the center back and the side seam. I did it on both sides, and that kept, she had enough room then across her shoulders, but that brought it in at the back waist. But the front, she needed that room, but the back she did not need it, and so I probably could have even brought it in a little bit more. And then when I tried it on her, I took it in a little bit under the arms, where I took it in under the arms, just up here from maybe 2 inches down. I angled it in, and then because I already had finished the seam, this is like, you know, you can do this for yourself, right? probably for anybody, if I was sewing it as a business, I would have taken that sleeve apart and put the ruffle in between the layer. But again, she doesn't really mind. And so what I did was I clean finished the edge of the of this eyelet. I made a circle. I actually tapered it down where it comes under the arms. I wanted to try it to come all the way under the arms this time. And so I tapered it down. I doubled. I measured around the armhole and then I doubled that measurement. I really could have done less and it would have been fine. And then I tapered where it met, right here at the bottom seam. I cut that as a taper, and so there's not so much ruffle underneath the arms. And then, well, I trimmed all these little zigzags off the top, and then I just clean finished. I didn't serge it, but I just did a really close zigzag, and then I did a gathering stitch, and I stuck it under. I stuck it right under the finished edge and top stitched it on. So I'm doing that last night because I really want her to wear it to the beach this weekend, and I thought, okay, I got to finish this. So I was working hard to get that done, and she came today and tried it on. It was really cute. So we'll be putting a picture on the website. But she liked the fabric. I thought the fabric was cute. And then we had it right up here. Maybe about 3 years ago, I made this Vogue pattern for the all the granddaughters, and it has a high neck and a raglan sleeve. It's a vintage pattern, and there's a new pattern out there by Rebecca Page called Emma, the Emma dress, and it's made like this. So, and it's from a doll size through children's up to adults. So it's really awesome. I love this with the raglan sleeve. So this wasn't finished, and so today I added this cute little vintage button to the back, and I didn't have any more of this fabric, and so I said this is for Ella's little sister, so we can get a picture together. So I'm going to show you what I did. I took a piece of red polka dot spaghetti and made my button loop, and it goes right on that vintage ball button. And so when I'm in a hurry, it's like, what do we have we can work with? And I felt like the back was open too far, so honestly, again, I'm going to go back here, because this is going to be a simple beach picture. I just put the two edges together that were finished, and I zigzagged it up with matching thread. So if anybody looks really closely, you know, we're not like couture sewing here, but they're going to look really cute.
Well, Vicki has a comment along those lines. She said there's a difference between a fun garment to be washed and worn repeatedly and a special garment to be cherished.
Thank you.
All those lovely fun finishes have their place, but we are lucky to have tools for simpler, easier projects.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That's right. That's right. And then this is going to go on an 8-year-old girl, and so I knew that the armholes were going to be way too low. I mean, it comes out like this because it goes up to the neck and down under the arm. So actually, I just put a tuck. I put a tuck under here. Took about 2 inches out, and then it looks like a pleat under the arms. And so these are all my hacks. All my hacks on this dress. And I think that they'll be cute together out on the beach. So
they'll look really cute together.
I think it'll be pretty. Yeah.
Lonnie says, you're so helpful, Sally. It really helps us to do some of these fixes to our own clothes when we are sewing.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm telling you.
I love how assertive Ella is, that she'll tell you, I want it this way, I'd like it this way. The same way she came up to you today with her lunchbox and said, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I know. She was. Because one of the first dresses I made her over this pattern, I made four tops that were different. and I finished it and had a ruffle at the bottom, and we posted a picture and got a lot of great comments. Thank you. Anyway, because it had a wide ruffle at the bottom, and then she came back to me after she wore it to church, and she said, I think I'd really like a ruffle at the shoulders too. And so then that's when I thought, you know what? I can do that. If I finish that ruffle on here, I can stick it under the armhole that's already finished and just top stitch it on. And then also I will tell you this, because I came down here and I thought, you know, I think I went up here and I just put a zigzag tack right. I pulled it up just a little bit so that it kind of pulls it in, because she was the one that she was concerned about the armholes being cut in a little too close, that she didn't want anything to be showing. And so when she tried it on today, she didn't even notice that I had done that, and you couldn't tell because it's ruffled all the way down. And so I tacked it up just a little bit on each side, and it doesn't even show. Now normally I don't go all the way around with a ruffle, but I do see them that way and I think they're cute. So I gave it a whirl, you know, give it a try. So anyway, these two I think will be cute together. This is all hemmed, and this is a little see-through because it's eyelet, but I said her sister can wear it over her swimsuit and she won't be embarrassed. I think she'll be fine. So this one, she told me she just wants a skirt like right to the knee. So that's going to be like one of the really fast ones. That's going to be quick.
Gail Butler said she can tell you've been sewing with your tape measure around your knee.
I know. I think I've got I don't know where it is now. It'll probably stick in my foot, but I had a couple of straight pins on my shirt.
I like how a couple of these things we've talked about, you sewed a couple years ago, and now you've got the deadline.
Right.
To get the button sewn on.
Right. That's right. In fact, Laura Hilton, didn't Laura make this dress?
She did.
Okay, Laura Hilton made this dress for Kristen's daughter. And she's like, Sally, if you could probably get because she did it at the last minute like me. You can get those buttons sewn on, can't you? And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna pull this dress out and sew these buttons on. Hey, is this the Posy? Okay, this is the Posy dress by Peony Patterns, and look how cute it is. And didn't we have a kit for this?
We still have kits.
Oh, we have a kit for this. Okay, and Emma will be linking all these things. So we have a kit for this. It's a darling, darling thing. And then if Sally would just sew the buttons on, then June can probably wear this before summer is out. So
and those are pockets in the front.
yes,
right?
isn't that cute? You know they're gonna love that. Anytime I've done anything with pockets, their hands are always just straight in the pockets.
Is that for June or Farron?
Well, really, it's gonna fit June.
Mm-hmm.
Did she make it for Farron? She might have made it for Farron, but I think Farron's getting tall, and this probably will fit June. Well, just like I'll show you another one. This one was, I pulled it, I washed it, and I'm going to hem it. This was in Classic Sewing Magazine, and of course, it was called the Lila Sundress, and I love this combination of, this is a Swiss piqué with embroidered bows. Very, very pretty. And it looks wonderful with the seersucker. And so Emma and I were looking through the clothes hanging there, and I'm like, oh, this would fit June. I just need to hem this, because Madeline, who's 8, wore this in the picture in Classic Sewing Magazine. And I let the hem down, but I never re-hemmed it. I think all I have to do now is hem that up. But when we looked at it, you know, when your clothes, they hang in the closet a long time, you realize that you didn't wash it before you hung it in there, because a stain might be on there from where a baby drooled or something like that. Well, there was a big stain right here, and so I said to Emma,
Loving it.
"Oh,
Super cute.
it's
Super
really
sweet.
it's really sweet. The color is beautiful." we made kits for this. I don't know if we still have kits, but we used to have kits for this. But we do have kits, other kits. This is, I'll show it to you in a minute.
We might need to put up a poll and ask people if they want kits of it.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll put a poll up. But this, I soaked it in the vintage water, the retro, what is it called? Retro clean. Retro clean is the soaking with my favorite. I like to squirt a squirt of clear ivory liquid. I like the way they smell together. And I put it in a little bucket yesterday, just like this. And this morning I came and completely gone, completely clean. And of course then I realized where the water had gone down and the rest of the dress was dry, I could see that it was a little bit dirty. And I'm like, all right, I guess I got to put the whole thing in there, which I did for maybe an hour. And then rinsed it, brought it back out, and just rolled it to towel dry. And so, you know, they could wear this without ironing it. It's seersucker. It needs to be crinkle. But this is ready. This is ready for June to wear. So all of our little girl cousins, they passed their clothes down. And this was worn by Madeline. And now it can be worn by June. So anyway, isn't that cute? That's so cute. Let's see.
Sally, I printed out a few pictures of that combo.
That's right. Let me show you. I'll show you what we've done in the past with this combination. Oh. Here's Madeline wearing this dress. I'll go to the overhead and show that too. This is cute. There she is. There she is with her little basket. And then here's a picture of Andy. This is Andy. This is Kristen's second oldest daughter, and I'll show you. This is a Lizzie pattern by Bonnie Blue. This is Lizzie. And so the yoke was done in the embroidered piqué, and the garment was done in the seersucker. Then this is the Melbourne romper. I'll show you this. This we have a kit. This is by Jilly Atlanta, the Melbourne romper, and it has a really pretty eyelet edging, a Swiss eyelet edging on the shoulder straps. So the really cute kit for that, the Melbourne romper. You can tell I love this combination. Love this combination. And the blue is so pretty on all the kids. Really looks pretty. I'll show you while I have this out. This is the Emma pattern by Rebecca Page. I'll show you there. This is very attractive on the girls. It looks so good. I'm going to go here. The Emma pattern by Rebecca Page. And so it has, now the neckline, the only difference is their stand-up collar is not cut on the bias. And on the Vogue pattern, the vintage Vogue, the stand-up collar is cut on the bias and it rolls over. I love the bias cut because then it doesn't feel like it's choking them. So when I order PDF patterns, you guys have got to try the plotted pattern printing. The plotted pattern printing, and it's called The Plotted Pattern on Instagram and Facebook. This is awesome. You can send them the file, right? And what we do is we print our own instruction sheets, but then they send the full-size patterns in color. With shipping, Michelle, it was only $6 and something, right? It was so reasonable. The last one we had printed was like $6 and something. And they're fast. So if you don't like taping patterns, which I don't like taping patterns, and I did tape the pants pattern and because I wanted to make it, but also we sent it off and had it printed. But they're wonderful. And all of us are going to end up using PDF patterns because there's so many cute ones out there. but most of us really don't enjoy taping them together. Most people that, at least my age, at least my old age, yeah. Anyway, you'll be happy with them if you use them. They're great.
Sue's got a question.
Okay.
She said, could you cut the Emma collar on the bias and get the same effect?
You
with
could,
the Vogue?
yeah. I think so, because really it's just a rectangle. I'm thinking probably theirs is too. I know with the Vogue, it's just a rectangle, and you cut it on the bias, and because the way it comes up and it just meets at the right here at the neck. I take a piece of twill tape and I mark like center front, shoulders, center back, just with my blue marker on the twill tape, and then I gather up my pieces to fit that, and sew it to the twill tape first, and then you attach your collar, and then everything is enclosed up inside the collar. And it's really nice, easy. So while we're talking about, let's talk about the ruffles a little bit. But isn't this cute? Does that not totally change the look? Michelle did this for us, and it was so cute, and we had it in the newsletter. But I mean, it just completely changes the look. This is the bodice dress pattern by Collars, etc. So if you were going to make this into a tiered dress, you wouldn't just cut your first layer based on the width of the skirt on this dress, because what happens is, as you're building your tiers, each one has to be, well, it could be more or less, but I always make progressively, I make each tier 1.5 times the circumference of the one above it. So if you started up here with a 90-inch tier, by the time you got to the bottom, you would have way so much fabric. So really the easiest thing to do is measure the circumference of the bodice, the bottom of the bodice. Let's say it's, I don't know, let's say it's 12 in the front and 12 in the back. So that would be 24 inches finished. So then what you want your first piece to be 1.5 times 24, which would be 36 inches. So your first tier is only going to be 36 inches in fullness. And then you can just determine the length of a tier based on what you think is cute. Or you might want them small, medium, long. I've seen them small, real long, and then small again. So it really doesn't matter. You know, you can make that determination. You just know your finished length from the bottom of the bodice to the bottom of the skirt is whatever. I mean, mine with Ella's, the finished length was going to be 34 inches. So while she had her top on, I held the measuring tape up to her, and I thought, well, this looks good. First one was 8 inches. The second one was 10. I had it somewhere. And the last one was like 16 or something like that. And it looked good to me. But it could have gone a different way. We could have had one long one and then a ruffle at the hem, or you could have had 4 or 5 separate tiers. That's completely up to how you like it, what you like.
Darlene says the plotted pattern is super great for printing out spiral booklet instructions too.
That's right. I want to mention that because so many of us have purchased Gail Doan's classes. And so that would be gaildoan.com, and her classes online are just phenomenal. Not only that, she has a booklet that you can print at home, but yeah, you can send it to the plotted pattern, and it's way less expensive than anywhere. Like we've had ours printed at Office Depot, and we paid a lot more money, I can tell you. So we will use the plotted pattern, but they spiral bind them and they print them in color, and you just have it back in just a few days. So their prices are awesome. But Gail, watch for her classes. She has wonderful classes, heirloom sewing, on smocking, on the traditional yoke dress. I mean, there are all kinds of classes that she has, and her book that comes with it is going to be a textbook for you. It's fabulous. So, yeah. I want to show this one because this is a little different, because this has the armhole that's cut into the skirt. And so this is Sophia by Bonnie Blue, and this is cute square neck Sophia. So with this, you still want to go, you're going to want to reduce the width of that top layer, but you're also going to have to draw your armholes into the first layer. But you would definitely reduce this, the width of that top layer. You would reduce that down. Now, one thing I do, I don't want it to be confusing though, because I get really, I like to do things quickly. So I'll just cut that top layer, and I'll put one back seam, and I'll fold it in half, and I'll figure out where my armholes are and draw them in here, and I have no side seams. So you can do that. It's pretty easy. But still cut that top layer down, reduce it in width. So it's 1.5 times the width of the yoke. And then 1.5 times the width of this. Then this is 1.5 times the width of the middle one. And then the other one that we're showing is, we use this a lot, the Bonnie Blue Kimberly. Look how cute that is as a tiered. I'm going to show you over in the overhead. It's so cute as a tiered skirt. Look at that. It really transforms the look of the dress. And to transform it even more, Michelle has given me some cute samples, coordinates that I love. You want to show me? You want to come on? You want to come up here? All right. Let's do. Can you get behind me? And I'll move over. I put them right here. I put these up here.
Oh, okay.
These are cute.
All right. For people that like the more pastel look,
Right.
of course we have our cute Fabric Finders pastel check.
I love that. You almost can't see the colors.
I know, it's pretty light.
We'll go to the overhead too.
And then we got a pink. That will go well with that.
That's pretty. You know
Do
what?
a
I'm
layer.
going to move down so you can be seen.
And then I believe this is called
that way
seafoam.
you
Yep,
can be seen
seafoam.
in this. All right. So I'm going to go to the overhead so you can see the three of them. Can you see the? There we go. There we go. Look at that together.
Mix and match them.
So
However you want.
yeah.
Could do the bodice and the pastel checks and alternate these two.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So tell us what you think. Because then she's got another one in a little bit brighter.
Brighter
It's so
colors.
cute. I love this. This new fabric, this new seersucker from Fabric Finders is so pretty. We've reordered it twice at least, I think. It comes in a stripe and a check, and it's like that mint, yellow, and pink, but real pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park with that.
And then, if you want a little bolder colors, we have Speckler Bogle. That has a stripe.
Make sure they can
It's
see you in
kinda-
this other in the camera. There
yep.
we go. Yep,
Right
there.
there.
We go. Yep.
And it's got pink, purple, yellow, seafoam. So I went with this one. It's called a lilac.
That's pretty.
Would go with it well. And then I've got another seafoam that I liked with it.
So these are all Speckler Vogel, I think, aren't they? Yeah.
So you could do a Speckler Vogel version or a Fabric Finders version. Whatever you
pretty.
prefer.
That's pretty.
I guess we could. Did you want to do the
We
overhead
can
on
do
that?
the overhead.
This middle one's
I have,
so
to do, I have
fat.
to do it with my long stick here.
Can y'all see that? Or I need to move
We can change our little
move it over a little bit.
yeah.
So yeah, you can
That's
do your
pretty.
little combinations however you want. I keep thinking the pastel check and this stripe would look good as
As a
the bodice, and then kind of
Right.
you could do it again in one of the
You put it in
layers.
the layers in the
Mhm.
skirt.
Mm-hmm.
You might even just kind of sketch it out and
Oh,
see
yeah.
what looks the best to you.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
That's
lots
pretty.
of options. We're thinking of seersucker and
I know,
checks and
so
stripes.
cool and comfy.
You could do dots. We have a garden,
Oh yeah.
Pin dots.
Right. Right.
some layers.
And ginghams.
Yes,
Ginghams would work too.
definitely.
Okay, while you're up
Speaking of dots, I
Oh.
love dots, and so
here, you gotta show
when
this.
this fabric came in, I was like, oh my gosh, I need a baby to sew for. And I don't have a baby girl in my family. And Christy was like, you can sew for my baby. And I'm like, really?
Oh right.
So I sewed this cute little romper. Children's Corner tailor pattern. And I love this rose microcheck piping. I know I've used this on plenty of kits, but it just goes so well. And actually, I think Ariel had an order, and she was just matching some piping, and she got the pink piping microcheck, which that does look good too. So there's lots of options. But I did do the snaps. It says snap tape. I'm not
Did you do
familiar
cam?
with
You
that.
did cam snaps.
Yes.
So cam snaps, Regina loves cam snaps, and we don't carry them, but we send people to Amazon because they have a great big bin, don't they? Have you ordered that?
Oh
bin
yeah,
or
I've got like 3 different boxes to
yeah.
choose different colors.
Right, and we can put a link to it for the cam snaps.
I maybe would see if they had any a little bit smaller. I don't know.
They don't look bad
But-
to me. They really don't show.
But this is my second time doing piping, y'all. So
You did.
It looks
I'm,
so good.
I'm
great.
practicing. I'm getting there. I was so scared of it before, so
It looks really
I'm
good.
learning.
But you had to go around the corners and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a little bit?
It's
the
not
most difficult?
perfect, so don't look too
No,
closely.
I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
But I enjoy doing it,
If
and
you flip it around, we'll go to the overhead and we can, yeah. Here we go.
We did.
Let's get a little close up of how cute
Let's get
that
in
is.
on that piping.
Yeah, let's
see.
look.
No.
Where's our mistakes?
No.
No, these are so sweet. Oh my goodness. Look at that cute fabric.
Yeah.
They're just the softest, most darling little print.
So I bought some extra, so I'll have some for when these people find out what they're having that are pregnant. So
yeah.
down the road, I think this will be a little classic. It kind of reminds me of Sea Island knit prints,
Oh, they
But
are
it's-
sweet like that. Yes, they are.
but we got the dots.
Well,
I love
I'm
the dots.
thinking that Michelle's working on it. She wants to make herself a nightgown, and she's been afraid to cut into it. Were you looking at
I did
this
cut
floral?
into it last night.
Was it this floral?
It is that
Oh,
floral.
I think it's going to be
Yes.
so pretty. You did cut it?
I did cut it.
Good, good.
I'm
She got to be brave,
I've
right,
cut
you guys?
everything but the neck bias because I'm like, it's gonna be. Should I just do a white for the neck bias? Because these are one way.
No, I think it'd be cute. Because this is going to be...
I'm not sure how to do it.
I mean, it'll be fine because it's not much... There won't be much showing. But
Okay.
I think I like it even with the
Okay.
print on the bias.
All right. I've cut everything but the neck.
Yeah, cut it out of.
And I
you
did
know,
a
if you-
practice
if you
one
don't
because
like
I was
it-
scared.
If you don't like it, cut it out of white. Don't just lay it on there and
Mhm.
think I don't like this, or
Well, I can cut one because you got to cut, I think, 4.
oh to base them. I mean to sew them together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not 4. Maybe that's another one. But
Well,
yeah.
I'm
So
glad
I'm
you're doing
practicing
good
on
for
one. It's a
you.
little bit thicker, so I really don't like it thicker. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna like the lighter
Yeah.
weight.
This is so sweet, you guys. This is one of the ones from Spain that just came in. I love printed dotted Swiss. And look how sweet. Oh,
And so I've got to line this one. So I assume I'm just going to put both of my pieces and sew them as one. Is that how you would do it?
and that's that pattern you were working with.
Mm-hmm. The simplicity.
Would you? She picked a pattern that's not that easy, right?
Well, I didn't know it wasn't that easy till I get into it, but you know,
But-
it looked like
but
it would be simple, but
wouldn't
it's got a
you-
gusset on
I
each
know,
arm
it's
and
complicated. I wouldn't worry about lining the sleeves and stuff though.
oh
right?
no, I'm not. I was just
the
gonna
bodice
do
the body
yeah.
part.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Just do it as one piece. So
yeah.
that's what I was thinking, because it doesn't call for a lining. It's basically a vintage pattern. It's a simplicity pattern, and
Oh, did they remake a vintage one? Maybe.
I thought it said vintage on it. But it's got a corset and all this other junk that I'm
Oh.
not doing. But it had, I guess it's kind of like a slip, but the ruffle
Oh, they
part will
call it
show.
a chemise.
Yeah.
A chemise.
So it's
right?
not lined, so I got to figure that out myself. Always learning.
You can do it. You can do it. That's right.
So,
Oh my
You have to
goodness.
make yourself that corset next.
Yeah, I know. That's
yeah.
we
Maybe it would suck some of this in.
you have bone.
Wear our corsets
we
to
walk
work.
around like this.
Yeah.
Sally's got to get on her bikini.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that.
That bikini fabric. Hey, I did
So,
make the pants though. By the way.
Get some of this beautiful fabric, and we have another colorway with
Yes,
a
I don't have
little
that one
brighter
out
blue
here.
also.
That's so
So-
cute.
They are beautiful.
So,
All right.
Don't leave me yet.
Okay.
The
Somebody asked about the pattern if it was individual sizes or if it was nested, and I told him it was nested.
So this is the pants pattern, and I made it. And guess what? I wore it. I wore it to church, and I wore it.
We haven't seen it here yet.
No. But I'm getting semi-brave.
You ignored
Okay.
my text when I asked for pictures.
Oh, I didn't send any pictures anywhere. I'm going to tell you about this pattern. I like this pattern. I like it has pockets. It has elastic in the waist, but it has an attached waistband, and I think it looks nice.
Mhm.
And then it has a tie, a self tie. And I ended up using this
Nice.
drapey kind of.
Did you have that one out?
I did have it out. Did somebody?
Oh, okay.
Have you been looking for it?
No.
Oh, okay. I had it out over here.
I was
And-
thinking it was a little lighter blue because that's one of the ones I said
Yeah.
I
Well,
liked.
I'm glad I chose this because the pant legs are wide.
Mhm.
They're wider than I normally would choose, and so then I thought, well, maybe I'll take them in on the pants I wore. And then when I wore them, I thought these are pretty comfortable, and they feel. You gotta slide down a little bit so they can see you on here.
Yeah.
They feel cool, and our weather is so hot,
Mhm.
and they felt cool. But I thought, well, I'm gonna take this pants pattern. I looked up. I was looking online. How do you taper the? I mean, I used to taper. I used to do alterations for people and taper, but this is what they tell you. You need to decide like what like here's the bottom. Here's the bottom of one pants pattern. Look how huge that is. That's the bottom of one side,
Mm.
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So-
is huge.
Yes. Look at this. That's very full. So, of course, they're all the sizes are in here. But anyway, I won't tell you which color dot is my size. But so all the places that tell you to decide where you want to start tapering it, which for me was probably like the hip line. It fit me fine here in the waist, and then it fit fine in the stride.
Mhm.
And so that meant they said then decide how narrow you want the ankle part to be. So then you would mark your. I've got a pair of pants that I bought, and they're 16 inches around. So guess what? This whole thing, if I made this full size, is like the whole entire thing. This would be 36 inches around the bottom of the pant leg.
Wow.
So
Yard.
if this is 16, then I want it to be 8. So my,
It's less than the smallest size.
I know. So it would be from here to here. I'll show you.
So where would you start? Would you just draw a line?
They say take your ruler then and draw a line down
From where?
from like you find on your pants pattern where you like the way it fits well, like at the hip line, and then go all the way to the bottom, and you taper it on the inside of the leg. I would start like right in here, taper it down to the 8 inches. So because I like the top and the way that works, I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna like retrace the pattern and taper it down so that it's 8 inches in the front and 8 inches in the back, so it's 16 inches total around. Because when I walked on the beach, you can't take those wide legs and roll them up. They ain't staying there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big wide
Yeah,
leg. When
that's
we were
pretty-
thinking to roll it up, we weren't thinking
I
quite
know,
that big.
that's big. But this is
Can you
how
get it
comes.
folded back?
Well, maybe, but this is how it comes from the plotted
Yep.
pattern.
All
the
nice
pattern
and
plotter,
colored
or whatever
for
it
you?
is. Yeah, color coordinated. And yes, you don't have to tape all that junk. By the time I'm done taping, I feel like I could have made them 4 times. You know, I was like, I don't want to do that.
Well, someone suggested a projector again. I have mine, and I have the ceiling mount, but have yet to get my husband to do it for me.
Well, I'm not sure I'd like it.
I don't know if I want it on my ceiling, though, either.
Well, I'm wondering about how do you like then adjust? You know, like I move things around to
Well,
make it.
I thought about that because I like to move when I'm cutting stuff. But I guess you could, when it shines down, you could actually draw it if you could see it on your fabric, and then
See,
you'd be able
all
to
y'all
move
that,
it.
that use projectors are probably laughing at us right now, but I don't. You know, but I think about. I don't know about that. You know, one thing that I like to watch Bringing Sewing Back, Catherine, and you'll find her on Instagram. She's great. She designs for adult patterns for Styla, for the Little Lizard King, but she posted a video where if you put a piece of sheet metal on your table and then you put your cutting board on top of that, on top of that sheet metal, and then use magnets, like the heavy duty magnets.
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. It holds everything to your cutting board. That is such an awesome idea. Like, I need to.
But then you have to move your cutting board.
Well,
Cut
unless you. What if you have one of those big tabletop kind? I don't have that.
Yeah.
But that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be neat? A
Yeah.
big tabletop.
Seems a little more
Big.
stable than the little fabric weights.
Yeah, because it really, when I saw her do it, it just clunks right down to, you know, and holds it right through there. Wouldn't that be neat? That would be so neat. So, anyway,
Sounds good.
Rosanna said, I understand that fear of cutting into some fabrics. And Lucy Austin, I'm sewing on embroidered silk. I can't tell you how terrified I've been of this fabric.
we were talking yesterday. We had a small group of ladies from the American Sewing Guild locally come and shop for a short period of time, and they were talking about that same thing, about cutting into fabrics that are really expensive or only one of a kind, and how scary
That's
it was.
all you have. You can't get
Yeah.
more.
And so I don't know how many years ago now, had to be at least 40, and I was doing custom sewing, and it was when I think Ultra Suede, probably when it first started coming out, and it was real expensive, like $50 a yard or something like that. And you know 40 years ago, if something was $50 a yard, you're like,
Oh yeah.
and so one of my customers brought me Ultra Suede, and it took me the longest time to ever cut into that. It was so scary to me. So I get it. Oh man, I get it.
That and doing buttonholes. And I sent a picture to Christy. I'm like, everything's done but the buttonhole. She's like, be brave. Be brave.
That's right. We'll have to talk about buttonholes again another time. Let's show these two because I love these. These also came from Spain.
While you're grabbing those, Noelle Tierney, she said she tried Catherine's trick.
Oh,
with
yeah.
The magnet. She said it's amazing.
Oh, so
Really?
it does work.
Yep.
Yay, Noelle. Well, Noelle, you're the reason I bought that Tulum or whatever pattern because the pants you made for your daughter were so cute. And I mean, nobody's going to say, "Oh, Sally, you look so cute." But I was impressed.
Look how pretty.
Look at that. This is so beautiful, you guys. This is from Spain. It has a little bit of a
This will make a
lasting.
pretty nightgown too.
I made a nightgown for Ella out
Did
of the
you?
white. Out of the white.
Oh yeah, the white.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, these are the two different
Look at
colors
how
we got.
beautiful.
Pretty.
I know. The blue is so wonderful. I love their blues. It's
You wanna
really,
do it
really
overhead?
This
neat.
has a periwinkle-y.
What?
I feel like
Yeah.
it's almost
Kind of
like
periwinkle,
It
light
does
periwinkle.
have- I'm going to go to the overhead to see if we can get a... Oh, and this is lightweight. I can tell you that when you wash this, it does, that elastic thread in there does sure it up some. It's really cute. Really, really looks nice. But the pink, we haven't had the pink before, and I'm so thrilled that, yeah, I know. It's sweet.
We might need a gown out of this.
That
too.
would be pretty as a gown. That
Mhm.
would be really pretty. I love it.
I'm always looking for lightweight.
I mean, here it's so hot.
I don't want to
right?
be hot.
Got some
so
hot
pretty.
flashes coming.
Oh yeah. I love them.
I'm gonna pull another
That
fabric.
and humidity in South
Oh,
Carolina
no
doesn't mix.
kidding. So this is
Alright.
another one from Spain.
Oh wow.
Look at this embroidered bobinette. I mean, it's like an ivory bobinette with a beautiful, beautiful blue embroidery, and it's double.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's
It's a
double.
light blue.
Yeah, it's a light blue,
Pretty.
double embroidered. So it's on both. It's on both sides. Look at that. This is just
Very nice.
wonderful. I know that Ariel's been cutting it today to ship out. So there are a lot of real gorgeous.
Want to see your makes in this?
Yeah, no kidding. Yes, send us your pictures. Right.
perfect for Peony Pattern's wedding week. Little something blue.
That would have been.
I should have showed it over white because you couldn't see it.
Okay,
Oh.
well, let's
That's
do it.
what I was
I've got
wondering
the
if you
tablecloth
could.
under.
Christy,
There's
get
a
in there
piece of
then.
Yeah, where is it? Did you bring me a piece of
Right
white?
there.
Oh,
Over that island. But move
Okay.
that blue because that blue was supposed to
Okay.
sit up.
Chrissy's like, show that again. Show it over white. Okay, let's do that.
That's what I was wondering if they could see it.
Somewhere we've got our linen tablecloth around here. Okay. Can we see it? Can we see it? Can we see it? Or the
Need a
hole's getting in the
solid,
way.
but maybe a little better.
I'll go to the overhead and see if you can see it. Is one side bluer than the other? I don't know.
To zoom in,
Yeah.
which way? That way.
It's just a baby, sweet, sweet, sweet baby blue. Look at that. I don't know if it's good over eyelet because you can see the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very light blue.
I've got my
I got a,
white tablecloth around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Got it. Okay, let's try this.
Bunch it up a little bit.
What?
You might have to bunch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a backseat driver.
I think Christy wants to come over
Here,
here.
Christy, you want to show it? Look. Okay.
see, just like that.
We're s-
Okay, now we're too far away. If we bunch it,
Yeah,
if we-
you can see it better.
can you see it? Can you see it? Can you go back a little bit? Back us up? Oh yeah, now you can see a little bit. I mean, it's delicate, you guys. Delicate and sweet. Let's see if here you can see.
and hold the white up.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Oh,
You might actually, you can see it better on Instagram, and I'm wondering if you zoom out a little more, maybe.
We'll try.
How's
See,
that?
it looks real blue here, but
Yeah, that you can.
you see it there? Yeah. So they're like swirls of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
They're beautiful, swirly, gorgeous, swirly twirly.
That was perfect.
Was that good?
Okay.
I could see the blue. Was that an A+? Thank you.
We got a lot of help here. That's good. That's good.
Noelle said, thank you. I'm making myself and a friend a pair in the same fabric. She said she bought the pink. So I'm wondering if she was talking about the fabric with the...
Oh, she might have been talking about
Oh, this.
Yeah.
this fabric. Yeah.
And she said, how do you think it would look smock?
This one? Oh, I don't know. Because it's already so... I don't know.
Would it smock well with
I don't know.
that
That's
in
what I'm
there?
wondering. It might be hard to run through a pleater. That's what I'm wondering. If you...
Try it and show us.
Yeah. Let us know.
Try a little
Yeah,
piece.
I'm not sure.
You could get it to do right. It'd be really cute.
It'd be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It is really a different kind of a fabric, and the white we had quite a bit of the white, and I thought, well, Ella's always needing a nightgown. You know, she she wears them to death. And when I made it, and after I made it and washed it, and again I used this same pattern. And what happened, because the shirring kind of gathered it up a little bit, and I showed it here at Gavin Gush that I added a flutter sleeve. It pulled it in a little bit, and she was feeling like it wasn't very modest. And so then I made a flutter sleeve out of it, the other fabric, and added it to here. Again, I just stuck it under there and top stitched it on, and it was cute. It was real cute. She wore it to the beach, so yeah, it was cute.
They wear it. It's a winner.
I know.
Alright, Lucy said she's going to try a piece.
Okay.
Oh, good,
So
Yeah.
good.
let us know, Lucy.
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
smells.
Share us a picture.
That's great. Now, this is a Japanese fabric. I want to show this triacetate stuff because I don't know about anybody else that's like my age. And my mama told me don't ever buy acetate. And so when my vendor said I have some amazing triacetate, it's a triacetate and polyester, and I said, well, my mama said don't ever buy acetate, and he's like, you're gonna like this, and I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, I ordered some. It's Japanese. It's so wonderful, y'all. And I'm trying to see where my piece of paper is. Right before we came on, I Googled triacetate, and it says sustainability in synthetics, combining the functionality and durability of a synthetic fiber with the comfort and sustainability of a natural fiber. Triacetate has been gaining popularity across the fashion industry. But look at this drape. It's an improved form of acetate, it says. It's a type of fiber known as the semi-synthetic. And it's soft, wrinkle resistant, has a great drape, and is easy to care for. This makes it more comfortable and more eco-friendly, a more eco-friendly option than many synthetics. And so we had one of our great customers ordered a piece of this today, and I was the one that cut it, and I thought, ooh, I need to bring this down and show it. Look how pretty that is. Wouldn't that make a beautiful nightgown? Oh my goodness. So then it said, excellent dyeability, can be dyed, good thermal plasticity, to whatever that means, right? Appearance, luster, and mulberry silk similar, feel soft and smooth, also blah blah blah. Easy to wash and dry, not moldy and not moth eaten. I was like, okay, that's good. The performance is close to mulberry silk compared with the physical and mechanical properties of viscose fibers and mulberry silk. The strength of acetate fibers is low. Oh, that's not good. But it says this is strong even when wet, the triacetate. It has and exceeds the many properties of cotton and linen fabrics, such as moisture absorption and breathability. and sweat does not stain, easy to wash and dry, and skin friendly and comfortable. Absolutely environmentally. Might not be economically friendly, but it's environmentally friendly. Anyway, so you can see I just printed this out. It was interesting because the drape of it is,
So what would you make out of this?
well, I can tell you this, it would be an amazing lining of a coat or something like that.
Oh, that would feel
Wouldn't that
so
feel good?
nice.
And
Oh, yeah.
so we have it in black, and we have it in this gorgeous what? Ballet pink?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Ice
Ice pink. Yeah. So,
Pretty.
but it would
Feels
also make a really
wonderful.
nice, my girls would like a pillowcase out of it.
Yes.
Wouldn't that feel good?
Mm-hmm.
That they'd like a pillowcase.
Definitely.
So from the sublime to the ridiculous, we we just put together this really cute little pleated ribbon assortment, and I can tell you, regular $29.91 on sale for $7.50. 9 yards of this knife pleated ribbon sewn up the center. 3 yards each of 3 colors, and look how cute that is. I know we're limited,
Mm-hmm.
but it could be sewn on a strap. It could go across a bodice. It could, could go
Could
on
it be
a
a
bag.
strap?
Yeah, it could be a strap. I think you might want to sew it to a ribbon backing or something like
okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is sewn. This ribbon is has the finished edges, woven edges, so it's not going to fray or anything. Very cute.
Nice.
Trying to pull out all the new stuff, but
Yeah.
even still, we didn't pull it all out.
See it good, Instagram.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, you guys.
Is that it?
We have a drawing.
Got a drawing?
We have a drawing. We have an international. Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you one more thing. Oh man, it's after 2. I can't believe it. So we have been so blessed to have a vendor that finds stuff for us. These are just 2 samples of Super 120s wool, and very, very smooth finish. Wonderful, wonderful price. And Gail Doan is our friend, GailDoan.com, and she loves wool, and so do we. And she said, I tried something really crazy. She bought some of this from us, and she put it in the washer, and she put it on, just washed it like Delicate Cycle, tumbled dry, and she said it was 64 inches wide to start, and it was 62 inches wide when she finished, 104 inches long to start, and it was 100 inches when it was finished washing and drying. And that is really minimal shrinkage. But the best part, the surface of it felt exactly the same. There was no
Nice.
change in the surface. So I was excited about that because we have been selling this, the Super 120s wool really, really well. And I want to be able to tell people they can try that. I'm not like guaranteeing that you can throw it in the washer and dryer, but somebody tried it and it worked great. And so
Somebody named Gail Doan.
somebody named Gail Doan tried it. And so I'm throwing her name around.
If she did it,
I know. It's like, I'm going to take a piece when I get back home, and I'm going to do it too and measure it. But
And
It-
these have a little designs
Yeah,
in them, so
that's
they're
right.
not just solid. If you can see it.
it's a real muted plaid
Dark
on that one.
blue, Glen.
Yeah.
Let me take it
Yeah,
out.
that's
See
right.
it a little better.
This one has a little stripe. Oh yeah.
That's pretty.
You can go to the overhead and see if they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I need to move it. No, we're
Yeah.
not.
And then this is a little stripe. That see how
Mhm.
smooth that is? Oh man. Yeah. Anyway, so I think we've made it through all of our little things to tell you about. And now we're gonna pick a winner.
All right.
Winner, winner, winner. So that is our international giveaway. We have
Okay, nice.
a Mexican cookbook hardback.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Rick Bayless.
There we go. Are we still overhead on the other one? Yep. So then we have some We have some of
Pretty
this dotted
floral.
Swiss.
Oh.
Yeah, spaghetti. Yeah, look at that.
Ooh, you get that.
Hmm.
Lucky. Oh, that's the blue. So,
Oh, that's the one you're doing.
no, I'm doing this one.
Oh, okay.
But this is the
Oh,
other
that's
one.
the other colorway.
It was hard to decide. I think this one looks better on me, but I just picture the other one.
Oh,
I don't know, a little bit lighter. I don't know.
it's gonna be
I
pretty.
mean, they're both about
It's
the
gonna be
same.
pretty.
Then we got some floral fabric.
Yep, with
Here.
the coordinating ribbon. This is
The
from
ribbon.
Japan. The ribbon. And I don't know. This is from my desk. That's international.
Sally's specialty.
This is
Mm.
this is vintage from who knows where, but I know I got it from an old warehouse barn up in upstate New York.
Spaghetti.
Oh, this is silky
What is
voile. Silky
Oh.
voile.
it? Nice.
Yeah. That is from Capital Import, so it's probably Swiss
Is
or
that
French.
the collar?
It's a collar.
Yep.
There you go.
And what are these?
2 skeins of floss. Like somebody said, pearl cotton. It's probably pearl cotton.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's from
'Cause they're a little
France. Does it say
thicker.
pearl cotton? We don't know. Anyway, we'll see.
I
who
don't
the
know.
winner. Does it say what?
It says made in France.
Yeah. So this is our international giveaway. So Ella was here this morning, and maybe she left because I had her cut everything out. I put her to work, so she cut all the names out. So you want to make a drawing? You wanna draw?
Sure. All right, I'll crinkle to one. Kim Cheney. I grew up in Florida where I lived 5 minutes from the beach, but we hardly ever went because my mother didn't like it.
Oh, so our
Aw.
question was, how old were you when you first put your toes in the ocean sand? Oh my goodness, 5 minutes from the beach.
Well, congratulations.
All
You
right.
got our giveaway, Kim Cheney.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. My friend Connie Palmer was going to be here today, but her good friend in Florida has broken her hip, and Connie was hightailing it down to Florida to help her, that's exactly where she should be. And so we can all be saying a prayer for a girl named Peggy, and many of you know her, but Peggy, we're praying for your quick recovery. And so next week, we're planning to have my friend Cookie Barr here. And Cookie loves to create really neat, I want to say bags. She made the best diaper bags ever for all of us here when we had grandkids. And so she's created some bags and some lap quilts, some baby quilts. And so she's going to be coming and joining us next week. Thank you,
Sounds good.
everybody.
Bye.
I don't know why I think we're not going to have enough to talk about.